Girl's first day at school, trying to attack the teacher on her first day at school. The unsuspecting teacher is still asking what 3 plus 3 equals.
3 plus 3? Really? What kind of school is this anyway? Alright, but everyone knows it's 6.
The teacher was a bit embarrassed. She decides to give her a 2-digit number.
What is 9 plus 8?
17.
What is 15 plus 17?
32.
The teacher saw that even a 2-digit number didn't work. Then he came up with a 3-digit number.
57 plus 135.
192.
Girl answered casually, but the teacher did some mental math. In order to establish the prestige, the teacher gave a middle school question.
What 57 multiplied by 135 is?
The girl sighed. Then she frowned too. The teacher thought he had the little girl. He was about to turn around and continue the lesson.
7,695.
When the teacher heard this, she grabbed her calculator, and she got it right. The girl even gave the square root of the question off the top of her head. Shortly afterwards, the headmaster of the school wanted to come and sit in on the lecture, but as soon as she entered the classroom, the girl raised her hand.
Yes, Mary.
She's the boss?
Mrs. Davis is our principal.
Okay, now I want you to get on your phone and call Frank and tell him to get me out of here.
Principal looks confused about what's going on. A man comes to pick Mary up from school. The teacher came out from behind him. The man is little Mary's Uncle Tony. The teacher says Mary's probably a genius. She was only 7 years old and could do this kind of problem. But Tony said that Mary was just a normal child.
She's 7 though.
I learned it when I was 8.
The teacher was surprised, but of course he didn't believe Tony, so he went back and searched the internet for information about the girl, and sure enough she found. Mary's mother was a genius mathematician. She was working on a problem of the century, but then for some reason she killed herself, and that's exactly what happened. Mary had been brought up by her Uncle Tony. All Tony wanted was 4. Mary had a childhood like other children, and not like Mary's mother. But how can a genius hide its edge? The teacher had just handed out the papers for the midterm.
It's done.
The teacher laughed. He'd seen it coming. She'd taken out the paper for the high school exam, but Mary was still writing like a pro, and it took her less than 5 minutes.
Done.
Mary seemed to be settling into the school, but that day she got into serious trouble.